What's up guys, New Jersey Workshop here. Today we're going to talk about crappy drawers and how to fix them. Alright guys, so you can see here I have a couple of kitchen cabinets that are broken. These are just contractor grade cabinets, drawers in my house. You know, when you're building new construction or a cookie cutter house and the builder's just going for the cheapest they can get, this is it. So you can see this side kind of snapped off. So basically you can see here it's all particle board, really junk wood. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to remake these sides out of poplar, and we're going to reuse the bottoms and the face. And you know, this is just you know, for somebody that's maybe doesn't have the money to renovate your whole kitchen when you first buy a house, but you got some broken drawers. This is going to be a quick way just to, you know, maybe fix it, you know, rebuild a drawer versus replacing a whole cabinet or unit. So that's what we're going to do today. So first thing we got to do is disassemble this, get the slides off. We're going to reuse the slides in the face. So we're going to do that now and then move on to the next step. So I have my installation drill driver with a Phillips in it. We're just going to pop these slides off. So there's one slide. This piece, as you can see, it's all broken. That's all just going to get thrown away. You can see here too, they actually took a piece of Lawan to make the drawer a little bit wider, I guess, before they installed it, because somebody must have screwed up. So there's our other slide off. So now we got to get off this face. There's a few Phillips screws in here. We're going to try to pop them out and see if it comes right off. And actually what we want to do too is I'm just going to mark the top. That way when we go to put it back, and we'll mark a side. That way we got something to go off of. When we go to put it back on, we'll know exactly where it goes. There's that, and then looks like they must have used maybe an adhesive on here as well. So we'll get that off. We'll be right back with the next step. Alright guys, so the next step, we got to cut our sides. This is 3.5 inch wide poplar by 3/4, so we're going to need 2 18s, and then it's by 11, so we should be looking at 2 9.5 inch pieces, and then we're going to use pocket holes to join them together after we rip a dado down the center of them to accept the bottom. So we're going to clean up one edge first, and then we'll cut our 18s, our 9.5s, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, so now we got our 2 9.5s and our 2 18s. I'll meet you over at the table saw to rip the dado. Alright guys, so we're going to make our dado now to accept our bottom 1/4 inch Lawan piece. So right now I have the fence set up for 5/16 from the fence to the inside edge of the blade. After our first rip, we'll move it out so that our outside edge of the blade makes up our extra 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, I'm sorry, to make our 1/4 inch dado. And then after we're done this, then we'll move back to the assembly table and get it all put together. We'll get the pocket holes going. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so there was our first cut. Now we're going to move our fence out until we just get our 1/4 inch now from the fence to the outside of the outside blade. That should give us our 1/4 inch dado, and it's about 3/8 deep, since we're using 3/4 now instead of the 1/2 inch lumber. So here we go at our second cut. Okay, so now you can see we actually still have one little sliver in there. So we'll actually move the fence back a little bit just to cut that out on all the pieces, just so that way we hopefully won't have to do any chisel work inside of there to get it together. So let me adjust it again real quick. We'll just use the board this time, and we'll just bring it in just to take that piece out. All right, here we go. So now you guys can see we got a nice dado here. So now we'll bring it over to the assembly table. We'll make sure it all fits, and then we'll do our pocket holes and get this drawer together. Alright guys, so we got our dados cut. Everything fits together nice. So the next thing we're going to do is cut our pocket holes on our two ends. And we want to cut them on the face side and on the back side. We don't want to cut them on the dado side. This way we can hide them. We'll hide one behind the face, and the other one will be hiding in the back of the cabinet. So that way you don't see those pocket holes. Will be concealed. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do the pocket holes real quick, and then we'll put this thing back together and test its fit and finish in the drawer. Alright, so here we go. Alright guys, so we're ready to assemble this. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put our ends on. And I'm going to put glue on the ends before we put the side pieces on, and then we're going to screw them down. Alright. Next we'll put one side on first. Get them lined up on one side. And then we have this clamp from Kreg that we're actually going to use to hold everything flush on the bottom side. And we'll use 1¼ Kreg screws. So we'll go ahead and Do that one. Everything's still nice and flush. Do the bottom one. And we can actually come to this end real quick. And we'll do this one. Same thing. Flush everything up. Just like that. Same on the bottom. Still nice and flush. Now we can go ahead and get our other side on. Alright guys, sorry about that last one. I accidentally ran out of space on the card. But you got the gist of the pocket hole. So next thing we got to do is put the drawer slides back on. So I've already picked which side I want to be the front and the back. And then we're going to put our wheels towards the back of the cabinet, towards the back of the drawer. And then we're going to flush the slide on the front of the drawer here before we put the face back on. And we're going to go ahead and put a screw in it. We don't want to get too crazy because these are tiny screws. We don't want them to strip the wood out. There's that one. And then we'll put one more up here for good measure. Okay. So now I'll flip it over. Same thing. And again, just make sure we're flush on the front. There's that one. One more in the front. Alright. We got to put the drawer face back on. For that, remember we drew those lines to tell us where we're going to go here. So we're going to line those back up. Like that, and we'll check it with a tape with a ruler just to be sure. So we're at 1 inch. Okay. So now I'm just going to drill a couple of countersink holes to attach the drawer face. Just like that. And then we'll just put those on with 2.5 spacks, number 8s I believe. And there it is, guys. And there's your finished drawer. Actually, what was holding the face on before, silly me, was the actual fixture. screw, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. It was jammed in there, I had to break it off. So let me switch views here and we'll end the video. Alright guys, so you see here, it wasn't that difficult. It didn't really even take that much time, you know. With a little bit of knowledge and a few tools, you can do this yourself. I think the whole project cost me about, let's say, $10 in the material, which is pretty much just the poplar wood and the screws. So if you guys want to see more things like this, let me know. Comment down below what you want me to build next. But I'm going to go put this inside and we'll be all good, guys. So I'm Matt with New Jersey Workshop. We'll see you on the next one.